10 seconds remaining.
Morphling.
Deny the range creep in front of you, then immediately just keep right-clicking you under the tower.
Prepare for battle.
It's how you beat every single matchup that features a TA, and it's why Puck beats Invoker as well, at least for the first 4 levels. I don't know if that was good information, but deaths by 25 minutes? What are the number values here? No. Yeah, just do your own. It's fine.
To battle. The battle begins.
A prize.
Hey man, he'll make a comeback. Alright. So let's see if CCNC does it. So he's mid. It looks like the favorable block though is gonna go the way of the TA because he had help here. And Z-Freak's even camping this area. So yeah, the block's actually pretty huge. So you see, okay, so he right clicks him, he drags the creep wave back. It's fine though. The problem though with that move right there and why the Earth Spear makes it is because he knows that CC committed for the orb first, and making the Puck waste the orb instead of using it to double wave and forcing him to use it to go defensively is super massive in this lane. It's just one of those like mini mid mechanics that really kind of screw you over. So now CC right now what he wants to do is he wants to trade hits. You notice that he throws the orb right there. So he's trying to push out the wave and make it so that he doesn't just get hit under the tower, which allows Limp to kind of just like snowball in this lane by constantly sideblading him. And it's not something that the Puck can do anything about because he no longer has the HP to trade.
B.
It probably favors the Morph just because he's a greedier hero. If you notice, he has 420 HP and gonna go primarily for Agi. And it's okay for the Jug as well though because he's more of an early game fighting carry. Like if I had to choose the 10-minute thing, I would have probably chosen Morph just because Morph doesn't really want to fight. Whereas Juggernaut will accompany his team to most of those engagements, like even from level 7 and on, just because he's such a strong fighting hero. And I think that's part of the reason why FDL has chosen a really strong lineup that can fight without him as well. Like he can just replicate, they can scout with Hawk, look for engagements, and continue to farm.
Money changes hands.
Silence.
Don't worry, I went 0-4 yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Double damage.
Oh, he got blocked?
First world turns again. First blood.
Dire's
Underrated
bottom
MVP
tower
is that
is under
4
attack.
for slowing him and making his decision making off.
Oh.
Like that MJW was just like, oh, you're so. If you have like 200 move speed, it's gonna be easier to make that block by far. And I would have said for a second like Z-Freak, what he was doing is fine because you're occupying 2 heroes' time. And if you notice what's happening at bottom, Jesse's going for this bottom tower. And this is actually quite huge because if you look at the levels that the Dazzle has right now, Hanskin, he's already level 4. Like that's absurd for how close into the game it is, and going for that bottom tower this early on into the game is really important, Mod, because the later it goes, the harder it becomes, and you want to take out that tier 1 as soon as you can, because a lot of Dota right now revolves around this Radiant safe lane area. So if you can get rid of that tower really quickly, it makes it harder for FDL to just invade. If you saw their last games, what they would continuously do on Dire side like they should is just keep invading Radiant jungle.
On
It's gonna be a matchup that's hard to contest into, but it's overall kind of okay just because you expect this out of a puck, and they might even grab this kill on Hanskin, which would be pretty huge. One more hit? What?
Truth is all around me, but it hides from the unworthy.
us.
Yeah, right now, so far, overall game plan, I think, is in favor of compLexity. If you notice, they have 3 out of the 4 top net worths in the game. And their 2 supports are doing okay. Yeah, they're... Hello? Yeah. Right now it just changed, but oh, in this mid lane, I think CC's dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You'll never know the mysteries.
Part of it too is that when you play this mid lane, you feel weird about what just happened right now, because now you're okay with the puck being a little bit behind in CS, but what you're not okay with is your puck up at top.
I speak of final righteous. Killer spark.
They're just honestly out maneuvering them right now. This Z-Freak, Earth Spirit,
Radiant's middle
has accomplished so
tower is under
much in
attack.
such a short period of time. He's been in all 4 of the kills right now, which I didn't even think was possible after the kind of start that he had. And more importantly than that, it's because this TA isn't dying and she got the kill onto that puck, you feel pressure on the side of FDL because you know that Limp's snowballing and you can't do anything about it. And more importantly than that, he's picking up kills. That's the worst thing, is that when you're playing against a mid hero and you know that he's CSing well, you think it's okay because at the end of the day he's not out XPing you too bad. But now he's got the XP advantage, he's got the farm advantage on you, and this is a snowball hero inherently. Luckily for FDL though, they still have turnaround potential. As soon as their 2 supports hit level 6, those are the 2 of the strongest support ultis that you can get, that Lion Finger of Death and that Static Storm. But they really need this kill to work, and we talked about it, right? This bottom kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This mid tier 1 tower dropping is really big for FDL right now. Like, you shouldn't give this tower up this early on into the game. It means too much to you. And we talked about it, right? Like, it's not even just the fact that people are missing, it's that you're playing Dire side. You know that you're going to invade this Radiant safe lane, but it's a Juggernaut. There's no way that you're going to dive that hero. If he gets spin off, your gank ends, and you potentially just lose the early game right there. They're going to get sandwiched.
Before my time, I saw from miles away.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's just too
attack.
predictable right now. Like, that bottom rotation, we called it at, what, 2 minutes? And it's just because it's what Dire eventually does, but they telegraph it so much. And the main reason is because who wouldn't defend a mid-tier 1 tower? That's the biggest kind of warning sign,
Right.
is that is a tower you almost never want to give up in the early game. Just because, think about if the Radiant decide to smoke, they wanna be able to run through this area and get around like this, just to make it faster, rather than having to run all the way around this area. Like, you never want to just go straight into the high ground, you want to explore as much as you possibly can, so... Now that you're in a position on the side of FDL where they've lost a lot of map control, they need to hit level 6 on their 2 supports before they do anything. I don't think there's any point in trying to make a rotation, but they just feel pressure to right now, and that's a scary thing in itself. When you just kind of feel like we have to make something happen, because if you look at their lineup, this is ultimately a single core Morphling.
Yeah. Kirby.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Right.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Radiant's
they're gonna
bottom
smoke right
tower
under the
is
ward,
under attack.
but they knew.
Dire's top tower is
Even
under
before that
attack.
though, you
Dire's
notice the way that
top
complexity is
tower
set up?
fallen.
When you're playing Radiant, you
Radiant's
mirror Dire
structures
at all
are
times. You
fortified.
always mirror Dire. This is the best thing that you
Radiant's
could possibly
bottom
do.
tower is
They're
under
already gonna
attack.
start TPing
Radiant's
heroes in
bottom
mid.
tower
They want to
is
prepare for this fight.
Behold! Let the world end now. It matters not to me.
No.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This game is just... It's pretty much out of hand right now.
Yeah.
Like, you're...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They still don't have level 6 on Lion at 12 minutes, which is kind of the
Dire's
whole...
structures are fortified.
Okay, we're in a really bad spot. This is where you start panicking right now. Because the strategies that worked against Void Boys when they played Dire side was take control of the Radiant jungle, fan out, put down vision, farm out. But you notice that complexity is ignoring them. They're mirroring, they're doing the correct thing. They even take this top tier 2 tower because you're playing Dire side, but they don't have any way to Roshan. There's no starter on their lineup or anything like that. Yeah.
Invisibility.
I think they're gonna kill France.
They
I think they're. It's not even like the weird thing is it's not even like they're making the wrong plays. Like even though we're calling the plays and stuff like that, it's not like they're necessarily wrong. It's just complexity is they're on top of their game. Like they're right now they're just playing like the better team, and that's not even to flame FDL. It's just to give credit to Cole. Like this is a clean game for them so far. Like those 2 deaths were just whatever. Like you lost 2 supports at the end of the day. The cores are responding really well. Like Chessie. He game senses and sits by like that bottom tower. They always are in a position to sandwich FTL, more importantly. Like when they take the fight, they're not just running straight at them, they're forming angles around their heroes. That's the number one thing you want to do when you enter a team fight. You always want to cut off angles for the enemy team to run around, and we're seeing that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
so
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be able to defend. Right now, the game plan is let Beans or Bisa just try to farm as much as he possibly can, and maybe he can pick up this game. But it's not even like complexity don't have ways to control him. The key to dealing with the Morphling as well is a lot of control. They've got a Bat Rider, they've got an Earth Spear for the silence. Like they've got a lot of different ways to burst them as well in terms of physical damage with the Jug and the TA. Like they have their own battling cores. At some point, complexity will go for a pick off and go for the Roshan of their own.
here.
Money changes hands.
They
Yeah, I think part of that is just because he's just been farming, and they should start making moves because they're getting really heavily out-leveled right now, and his net worth is not a good position. If you look at it, it's 10,000 gold at 15 minutes. That's pretty unbelievable. 5k XP. It really does just take one fight, but the issue is getting into that fight to begin with.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Radiant taking Roshan away from Dire is
Radiant's top
pretty
tower
big,
is under
and
attack.
they're showing their 2 supports mid, and that's why complexity, even after seeing that the Hawk was seeing them, they don't really care. This might even be what prompts the high grounds. Like they could even just decide to go immediately for bottom. This top tower is being pressured by a puck, but I don't even think they care about it too much. I think the correct move is to go for bottom.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh,
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower is
that
under
was the old
attack.
LGD strat to defend all these tier 1 towers, but I think this is the correct move for FDL, or for FDL to just kind of split up. You can't really contest those 2 towers. More importantly, you always fight where you have vision. I know that sounds like a basic concept, but it's still a rule that not enough people follow. Like, they'll just blindly take fights to take fights. But going for fights that you can simply just always have vision around, pretty important.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Go high ground. Yeah, they're in such an advantageous position. They know without the Morphling split pushing, they're not losing anything during this trade. And I mean, if you're a compLexity fan right now, namely Beef, you're probably going like, yay! Yeah, game 1 looks like it's... I saw this from Void Boys yesterday though, that they somehow lost the game from this kind of position. But it's going to be hard for FDL to fight this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
what?
Keep going.
Invisibility.
Yeah. Who won the last hit thing, by the way, at 10 minutes?
It,
Yes.
Haste.
No.
Coming through.
This changes nothing.
Where my shadow falls.
Rough.
Grab a Solar Crest, Hanskin. The 20-minute support Solar Crest, I'm telling you, it's just... It's really broken. It's so strong.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
You might wish to retract your last move.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
what?
This is just straight up destruction. Yeah, there's that Solar Crest that we were talking about. The 22-minute, you're not gonna fight that. Like, look at the Morphling's items. He's not gonna have MKB or anything like that. So this mischance this early on into the game is so value for your team.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're getting more. They're getting more gold, by the way, complexity from taking these buildings, and they're getting from kills on FDL at this point because FDL just doesn't give them money.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
If you're in this position, I think the big thing for FDL is to try to hold the next high ground. You can't give up the Roshan. That's probably the biggest thing, because killing a Templar Assassin with a Blink Dagger and a BKB at 23 minutes that also has the support of a Solar Crest is going to be incredibly hard. So
Dire's structures are fortified.
yeah, FDL have one opportunity to take a fight. They still have Roar available. Unfortunately, they don't have a huge damage source, which is their Necro Books. Weave gets dropped down, so this isn't a fight that you necessarily want to take. And
Dire's top
goodbye.
tower is under attack.
That's your lion gone.
Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen. The Radiants now have Mega Creeps. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think their lineup was just, it was too pigeonholed. They're solutions. That's why you can come to the game at some point, is because it's still at the end of the day a single core Morphling that simply just can't do anything. Like, this hero